It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. The Thursday kicked off with a bang, that is for sure. Now, earlier on in the show, gaming guru Mr. Grant Hines reviewed the brand new game, Prince of Persia. And we are shifting gears right now and exploring the rich tapestry, because it really has, of the Prince of Persia franchise from Grant Hines. Now, it started as a 2D platformer roots and now to 3D action, and now again back to a bit of a 2D action-packed game. Grant, lovely to see you once again, my friend. So, yeah, this game has evolved
it has.
in all different spheres, for sure. So 2D, 3D, back to 2D. I mean, what are your thoughts on the journey that this game, I think, takes?
So the first game came out in 1989, and it was a 2D platformer, something similar to what you're seeing on screen right now, which just, it was very... The movement was a bit janky. It was very hard to play. But a lot of people that are watching this probably remember the game because it had such a huge impact on platforming. So 2D platforming is this.
Yeah.
So it's the ability to run left and right, Mario, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Prince of Persia had its own unique flavor to it. And as you can see, they've, instead of making it like the slow staccato that you had to play in the older games where everything was slow and methodical with puzzle solving, you can now, you feel like a ninja now. Like that's essentially what it's like.
Yeah.
So the gameplay is way more fluid. So in this particular instance, what I'm doing right now is there's obviously an ability that I need to get. Check this out. So that I don't have, I got to get up there somehow. There's a secret.
Oh, you need to, wow.
There's a secret. There are lots of secrets in the original Prince of Persia. And now you use these abilities to unlock those secrets as you explore the world.
But I mean, even looking at the latest one, I mean, there's still a lot of detail. Even though it being a 2D platformer, there's beautiful, I saw little butterflies flying around. So, so it really is visually appealing. But I want to chat to you because you mentioned a mechanism earlier on which they brought in, which I think was quite significant. The time kind of mechanism, the sands of time, right?
Yes. So
we're able to go back in time. So talking about that, and also how that kind of influenced, I think, the gaming back then already.
It influenced gaming tremendously, actually. I think I'm going to make some big statements here, but just to give you an idea how the game mechanic worked, it was like in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was a 3D platformer, and you got like a dagger, and if you made a mistake or anything, you could reverse time. So you used it to solve puzzles. You'd run somewhere, reverse time, and it would change the landscape of the environment. So you'd intentionally break something, reverse it, and then be able to traverse to a section of the map that you couldn't do before. But since then, a lot of games have implemented that. Even games like Forza, who are simulation, driving simulators, have included those game mechanics because they're helpful. You don't feel like you're making a mistake, but making that less about like, I'm falling and making a mistake, let me rewind that, but into a puzzle-solving tool became very interesting. And there's another platformer called Braid that was done by an indie developer. This is a little bit of nerdy gaming history, that it was incredible, and it used a lot of Sands of Time. In fact, he actually said that he used Sands of Time as a big inspiration for the game.
Yeah.
What I feel, they've used the concept of time in the new game. So they've got time in it. You saw the whole map exploding behind you there. That's because it's frozen in time. Then you've got like the whole traversing from the first one. But they haven't really engaged with the idea that puzzles can be solved using time. Which would be very cool. And that's really the big hallmark. And that's why Prince of Persia is such a huge gaming genre for gamers in general. The impact that it's had is just... a lot of people don't realize.
Look, absolutely. And if you've just tuned in, this is the latest Prince of Persia on The Lost Crown. It is available now. You can go play it. But I mean, we are delving into a bit of the history because it is so rich. If you take a look back, Grant, at the whole Prince of Persia, the history, do you have one that you feel has been the most influential?
I think the original Sands of Time. So that was when it was just they took a risk and did something really cool. And I think it's hard to say because the first game was influential in a very specific way. It was like a puzzle-solving platformer, but it's not as like fun to go back and play, I guess. But that Sands of Time was just like unexpected, right? Even there was a movie you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like it inspired an entire it's about a movie franchise. Unfortunately, Jake Gyllenhaal was in it as the prince. As this
Grant
person.
Hines is clearly a fan, that's for sure.
I was like, as this person. Jake Gyllenhaal played this person. This wild. But yeah, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful that they've brought it back. They've brought back part of that genetics. They've like of this really cool. It's an incredible platform to play.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just discovered a little secret.
I love that. All right, dude, let's wrap it up. Final thoughts.
I think that, firstly, Lost Crown, Prince of Persia, definitely worth playing. If you're an old school gamer like myself, and if you are even a new school gamer, I think it's a game you'll go back and do a lot of exploring because that's the kind of game that it is.
Awesome, Grant. Thank you very much, man. Definitely sounds like a game not to be missed. Thank you for taking us into a bit of a deep dive with regards to Prince of Persia. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that's big fans. So this is maybe definitely one of those versions that's going to tickle your fancy.
I find a secret, so you go do your thing.
No, you just swing around, Bruce. Swing around. Go for it.